Oregon waiting for a federal court decision whether National Guard troops can be deployed in Portland. Today, another federal court decided to allow the president to keep the National Guard under federal command in Chicago, but there are some guardrails. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 6. I'm Lisa Balick. The latest this afternoon in the president's plans to deploy National Guard troops in some cities. Today in Chicago, a federal appeals court lifted a judge's order, so now the National Guard there is under federal control, but they still cannot be deployed in Chicago. Meanwhile, here in Oregon, we are still waiting for that federal court to rule. What happens to the Guard here? Troops from Oregon and California at Guard bases here in Oregon. Not in the streets, though. Our Travis Tyke is live outside the ICE facility in South Portland. Travis, what's the situation there at this hour? Has the rain put a damper on things outside?
Haven't seen a damper on things just yet, Lisa. Only a couple of sprinkles out here so far. Still seeing quite the lively activity as we're out here. It did get tense about 30 minutes ago as some federal agents needed to move some cars in and out of the facility there. And so protesters and agents did come face to face for a minute, but nothing physical, no arrests, no physical confrontations or anything of the like. You can still see many people in costumes. The music still continues to ramp up. One thing that has developed some a little bit, Lisa, as we look up toward the ICE building, you can see some agents now much more visible than they were just an hour or so ago. What we also saw out here in terms of protesters was the famous Unipiper, Portland's famous Unipiper. Brian Kidd was out here playing "This Land Is Your Land," moving back and forth here on South Bancroft Street, just in front of the ICE facility. Now, we talk about these protests. These continue to play out as we wait for the ruling from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals to decide if President Trump can legally deploy National Guard troops in Portland. As of right now, National Guard troops can remain under federal control, but they cannot be deployed as the appeals process continues to play out on the temporary restraining order put in place by U.S. District Court Judge Karen Immergut. We did speak with Professor Tung Yin at Lewis and Clark Law School. He says he thinks the appeal will favor the administration.
If the troops are only deployed to protect the ICE building, my sense from the argument is that the panel would be probably okay with that.
Now, as for the next steps here, when we could get a ruling from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, Professor Yin says the panel likely drafting their opinions and looking to announce that ruling anytime before Friday, October 17th. That's when U.S. District Court Judge Karen Immergut has a hearing to potentially extend the temporary restraining order, which is what, again, is currently blocking the deployment of the National Guard in Portland. Let's bring it back here live. Again, you can see federal agents on top of a couple of the rooftops of the ICE facility. Protesters continue to have their energy, but it has been largely peaceful aside from maybe some contentious moments as we saw some vehicles leaving the ICE facility. But again, no arrests, not anything physical out here on Southwest Macadam Avenue and South Bancroft Street. I'll continue to keep an eye on it. And of course, Lisa, come back with any reports right here on KOIN 6 News. Back to you.